Zero.
Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you?
Yeah,
Should have
yeah,
started.
hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that in. Well, I know. Or I need to send you.
Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, you said put me on game. I know. Oh, bro.
Good evening, morning, afternoon, whenever it is you may be watching this, because this one is not live. This is recorded, and welcome into Gumball Sports Machine, the special final day of the NBA season, if I can speak English. And of course, I'm not alone. Hold on, let me get to this intro. This is the show where we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. And there's a reason why I say we, because as always, we got my boy, my dog, my uncle, see, there you go, bro. You need a minute? You need a minute to get yourself together, or
It's that new. I seen a YN on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set a trend.
What does YN happen to stand for, Tony?
Young and new.
Okay, already.
Young
I think
and new. That's
so.
when you trying to do trendy stuff, you young. That's not what it means.
No. I that's what it means. I just, as soon as you said young, immediately done. I just out of the picture. You know what I mean?
I can't be down with the YN crew.
You more of the OGN crew.
Wow, that almost sounds like I belong in like a hospital.
OBGYN. And it's not only us two today. We got co-host D'Lo in the building. David Largo, I see that you do like turtles.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Wow.
For that, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purchase 1,000
straws
and throw them in Lake Havasu.
He always starts the show off low, talking about this positive stuff.
Oh,
and then he's always straight negative.
You
want to know what I noticed?
What is that?
And maybe other people have noticed. Jamal has gotten rid of mine and him and me, our intro.
No, it's still here.
The one that we had before. He ain't playing it no more.
Hold on.
What's crazy is I was thinking the same thing, Lo. I was like, yo, we gotta redo the whole intro. We gotta call Gabe. We gotta redo the whole joint. I was thinking the same thing when it was running.
Yeah, shout out to Gabe though.
Shout out to my dog. And last but not least, we have a Big Kev. Usually I'm happy to see him. I'm not happy to see him because when I see him, I see those three idiots in the back.
No.
And also because you guys want to throw a fit.
I do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep. But I will never call him back.
That's disgusting. If you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
This is my biggest conversation, and I hope we go viral with this one. You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I start drinking.
Of course, I still have it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone that was on there. Shout out to Sudi. Shout out to Kev. Shout out to your big bro.
Yeah,
Look at all those people that are on there.
I hate that guy. I'm just kidding. I miss him a lot. He's been at sea forever. I want to talk to my dog. And
I'm not even gonna lie. The introduction that you said about pausing and all that stuff, you gotta add crash out to that part as well.
Yeah, because Tony is a lot of that.
Tony a lot of that.
Yeah, D-Lo's definitely a crash out.
Yo,
you need to chill out.
Lo, I don't know where you was at on Saturday, but I almost got jumped.
One good kick to the knee and OG was down. Down for the count.
Jump. But the crazy thing is I only got jumped by one person. It's just one person, but I
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Bro, Jamal just like fighting people. You know what I mean? Like,
if the shoe
I'm
fits.
starting to think that it's not everybody else because he comes in with a conversation about how it went down here, went down there, and he'd be like, "Yeah, so and so always." And, you know, I'm always trying to de-escalate stuff, but every time I'm there, I'm like, "Yo, I'm trying to stop you from." I don't know. Maul's starting to seem like the troublemaker.
Yeah, maybe Jamal is like Draymond Green, huh?
Yo, I'm like this, Lo, with the water. Man King's smacks my water all over.
Oh, thought you could get one. I almost had to edit that out.
Oh, he almost said YN. That's crazy.
No. I almost said.
He said. Moving on.
You get no water.
Moving on.
Crazy.
Oh. Anyways, all right. Let's get to the show, fellas. Today was the last season, the last day of the NBA season.
If you were Jamal, it definitely was the last season.
It was the last season of me watching basketball.
Yeah, you're not watching,
boys. I told you guys I was going to tell you when the show started. I have not watched basketball. Like actually watched basketball 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's wild.
See, that's
when I tell you I've watched nothing but baseball. Nothing but baseball. I haven't watched a basketball game. I haven't sat down and watched a basketball game in 2 weeks.
Aren't like the Knicks like your second favorite team? Like they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
Mikal played 6 seconds today. He's not watching that game.
Yeah,
he ain't watching.
But there's a reason why they're my second team. I watched my first team. I didn't even watch this. I came home today. I went out to lunch, came home, and I watched the D-backs game. The Suns played, yeah, but who cares?
Did they end up winning today?
You're absolutely damn right. They ended up winning. Zach Gallen was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Zach Gallen, 6 innings.
They were down 2-0. When I checked the score. But
Zach Gallen give up a 2-run home run to William Contreras in the first inning. Doesn't give up nothing for the rest of the game. He's nice. 6 innings. 2 runs. Quality start. And then the 8th inning come around. Come back. We back the D-backs. Alec Thomas, Jerry. Oh yeah, you know what? Maybe we might get to that in the show. I don't know. New segment. I don't know if we're gonna get to that.
This is a basketball show today.
This is a baseball show.
This is a Hooper show today.
This is a baseball show. This is. No, okay, no.
I don't know if we're gonna do it today. This is gonna be a single show today because none of us watch baseball.
That is good. It would be dull though. Anyways, okay. No, it was the day. It was the last day of the NBA regular season today. Which means the standings are set and final in terms of 1 through 10. Of course, there is the play-in tournament, which does start on Tuesday.
I just want a quick shout out to the 76ers for no reason.
There's a rule that I learned in there's a rule that I learned in school, Tone. That rule that I learned is don't speak unless spoken to.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Shout out Podcast P. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to shout out our podcast compadre.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to do. Okay. For no reason at all, right?
No.
Yeah, no reason.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do want to clarify.
Well, I knew we wouldn't really talk about them going further into the show, so I wanted to shout them out right now.
Oh, okay.
We start talking about.
Oh, cool.
Right. So, here we go.
Thank you all for watching. That's going to close out the show.
All right.
Okay, the standings have been finalized. And so the plan starts on Tuesday. In the West, it will be Golden State and Memphis, and the other matchup will be Sacramento and Dallas. In the East, the first matchup will be Orlando and Atlanta, and the 9-10 will be Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat. David, your team made the plan. I didn't even realize that. Wow, I am a fan of a really sad basketball team. That is pathetic. Anyways, what matchup is the most intriguing, Tony? What matchup is the in the play-in? What's the most intriguing matchup?
Oh, by far, Memphis and Golden State. By far. I mean, you got one of the future stars of the NBA, and you got Steph, and probably got maybe 3 left, maybe a solid 3, because if he plays more than that, he probably won't be as good as he will be for the next 3 years. And yeah, this is the shot to actually get into the offs, and so I think it's going to be a battle of those guards. Steph's going to go ham, likely. I think my money's on Steph.
D'Lo? Oh, my bad.
Nah.
D'Lo, what's the best matchup?
I have to go the same. It's going to be that Warriors and Grizzlies.
Not your team, D-Lo?
Nah, dude. I actually hope that we lose.
No, he's biased. He's unbiased, Kevin.
Yeah, I hope that we lose so we can get a higher lottery pick and get Cooper Flag.
Capture the flag.
Anyways, yeah, it's that Warriors Grizzlies game. Ja versus Steph, playoff Jimmy. I mean, what more could you ask for? All of these other games, I'm really just disinterested in, to be honest. Like I don't have any inclination in watching any of those games.
Kev, what do you think?
I'm gonna agree with the majority of the votes here. You get to see the best shooter in the league versus the second best shooter in the league. So why are we laughing already? Come on now. Come on.
Is that
Who's the second best shooter in the league?
Steph Curry.
Who's the best shooter in the league?
John Morant.
He switched.
Is that just a little?
You said John Morant is the best shooter in the league?
Well, now he's also throwing grenades too, but he loves.
Oh, you didn't see the quote I posted? I posted it just for you.
Hold on. Are we gonna skip past that? Like he didn't just say what he just said.
You gotta bleep grenade,
and then he's blocking out the noise. That's what he said he's doing.
You gotta censor that.
When
YouTube allow that?
You see him go, like he doesn't just take a pin out of. He goes like this. You see it like, and so
first of all, it looks like he's taking something out of his mouth.
Pause. That's exactly what he said. He said he's taking his words, throwing them away.
Is that how you grab
blocking
words?
Out the noise. Who knows? That's what he's doing. I'm not saying that's how you do it. I'm saying that's what he said he's doing.
Oh, I don't know, John. Hey, listen, if that's how you roll, hey,
yeah,
more power to you.
You know,
he's been playing good basketball, so you must.
Yes.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Kev.
It's back to what I was saying. John Morant being the best shooter and all that.
Come on, man.
Is that not a little?
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying to help Kev get on.
How is it being racist?
Just keep.
Whoa, you said it, not me.
How's it being racist?
Where did that come in?
I
was gonna say, hey, listen.
Hey, one day he
just been being mean.
One day he finna pull out
the RPG.
Whoa!
Hey, one day.
And then next he's gonna pull from half court a sniper. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Shame on y'all.
But
hey man, you telling me that Rocket Selly would be tough?
It would be tough.
No,
Yeah,
honestly, I've enjoyed all the celebrations. Motherfuckers just too sensitive. Oh, sorry. People are just too sensitive.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bleep that.
See, there you go. See, you making me work. See, there you go. See, there you go.
Hey,
sorry.
14,
trying to talk
14,
about the game,
14,
man.
37. I got you.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. Thought you were gonna say TV 14.
I tried.
We could do that.
We talking about Ja though, so you got to keep it
All
right.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, Kevin, go. Kevin, going with your questionable comments.
I am looking forward to that only because 3 years ago, that 2022 series between them, that was entertaining to watch too. And so it could be another one of those banger. Shit, I just said banger. bang. Those banger games, and it could come down to the wire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be honest. The correct answer is Golden State and Memphis, right? That's the correct answer.
The only
I'm,
answer.
like 2 Chainz said, I'm different. The other matchup I'm a little bit intrigued in is the Magic and the Hawks. Here's why. Because both of those teams have playoff experience. Now, Atlanta is not going to do. I don't care if they make the play. I don't care if they make the playoffs or not. They're losing to whoever they play, whether it's Boston or Cleveland. Orlando, they are sneaky good. In their last 10 games, they're 7-3. They've won 7 out of their last 10 games going into the playoffs. So they're going into the playoffs on a bit of a heater. Orlando very, very much intrigues me because you have a pretty good starting five in Franz Wagner and Paulo, and you have a pretty good decent bench in Mo Wagner and guys like that. So they have playoff experience from last year, and they also took the Cavaliers to 7 last year. Now the Cavaliers are better than they were last year, but Orlando knows how to play the Cavs, and they also beat the Cavs earlier this year. So
I also want to say the Cavs are on a 6-6 going into the playoffs.
And it's not just the last one. It's like they have struggled.
The only thing, the Magic don't have Suggs back though, right?
No, Suggs is done for the year.
Yeah, I think
Suggs is done for the year.
Yeah.
But they have KCP, they have Paulo, they have Franz Wagner, they have interesting pieces that could put up a fight against Cleveland. Or Boston. I think Boston would get them out
I just don't think their offense is good enough to compete with the top tier teams. Defensively, they're like top tier, but offensively, they're like bottom of the league. From what
they're just not consistent enough. Like even
they just can't shoot the 3-ball.
Their superstars don't have to score 30. They can spread it out. They can't spread it out. Paulo has to score 30. You know what I'm saying? Like France is gonna have to score 30 at all of the games. Those two guys will have to score at least 30 points every night. But I think it'll be interesting to see them grow and to see them perform in this.
They need a point guard. They need like that, like a Trae Young.
They need that Suggs. They need. I think everyone's talking about him going there this summer. It's Trae Young going to Orlando.
All right, those are the play-in games we're gonna talk about. We're gonna actually, you know what? Since we are not going to talk until they are all done and over with, or at least the first round of the play-in, let's pick the games first. The first round of the play-in. So we'll do Memphis and Golden State last because obviously that's the best game. The first game, let's do Chicago and Miami. We'll go D'Lo go last because that's his team. Kev, who are you taking? Chicago or Miami?
I'm not even gonna lie, D'Lo. I love you and all that, like pause. But Chicago has been on fire recently, and they've been fun to watch. Like Josh Giddey, like all the slander that everyone has been giving him since last year, he's been hooping. Matt Buzelis, hooping. And they still got Kobe White. That team is fun to watch, and they could low-key sneak into that 8th spot, depending if they can beat the Hawks or the Magic. But I think I like the Bulls in that matchup.
Tone?
Yeah, I will say recency bias. I have to agree with Kev. Honestly, who I would want to see in the playoffs,
the Heat.
I like Bam. I just like Bam. You know what I'm saying? Like Bam's a player that I like. So I would rather see Bam, see what Tyler could maybe pull off in the playoffs. But I honestly do agree with what Kevin said is that the Chicago Bulls have been playing pretty good basketball. Kobe White has been on fire. And those other two gentlemen that he named have been playing fantastic wing basketball. To me it's a little bit of a toss up. I don't think that either team is just stand out better than the other team. I really feel like it's going to be
who's hot,
coach gameplay, who's hot, who has a better night, but I think coaching will play somewhat of a role, which may give Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat a little bit of an edge.
So you're taking Miami?
Yeah. I want Miami to win. I personally want Miami to win, so I'm going to go with Miami.
I'm gonna go with Chicago. Kobe White just seems to just take it to another level in the play-in. I think he's gonna do just that tomorrow. Josh Giddey has been playing some really good basketball as of late. Kevin mentioned Modest Buzelis has been really good. And you still have Vooch, who is a serviceable big in the NBA. I'm going to take Chicago. I think that they end up winning, and I think they go on to play the winner of Orlando and Atlanta. D'Lo, who you got?
The loser.
Oh, the loser. I'm sorry, the loser.
So, Tone, I just want to put this into perspective and see if it changes your mind. The Heat have not beat Chicago all year. Does that affect your decision?
No, not really. It's a one game.
Okay.
I would have to know who was in and out all season for those particular games. Stuff like that matters. And not to say that the regular season doesn't matter, because that would be stupid. But to me, you have to know who was in for each individual game for that to really matter. Playing is different. Play playoff basketball, baby.
And that's kind of why I'm leaning back towards Miami, right? I understand that the Chicago has beat us every single game that we've played this year. But when it comes down to playoff experience in particular among stars, Miami has it. I mean, we've been in the play-in how many times since it's been created, right? Bam has been there. Tyler has been there. Andrew Wiggins has been into deep playoff runs multiple times, right? So I think that the playoff experience gets the better of the players, and then obviously I'm taking Spo. So even though they have not beat Chicago once this year, I just can't look past the experience that Miami has. It'll be a close game though. I don't envision this game being a blowout.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the last time you guys played, which was last week, and the Bulls won by 8. But did Ware play a lot in those previous games as much as he's playing now?
Ware is on and off in terms of minutes. I don't know what Spo is doing with Ware. Sometimes he'll play 35 minutes, and then some games he'll play 18. So
yeah, Tyler will definitely have to have a night. I'll say that. And Duncan Robinson can't stink it up like he did last week.
So split decision, huh?
So 2 Bulls, 2 Miamis. All right, next game. The Sacramento Kings and the Dallas Mavericks. D'Lo, how about you? How about you pick that game first?
Is Anthony Davis playing?
Anthony Davis will be playing.
Give me the Mavs. And I like the Kings, right? Sabonis in particular. I think Sabonis is one of the most underrated players in the NBA.
Agreed.
DeRozan and Zach LaVine, we knew what we were getting with them when Fox got traded. Obviously, they played in Chicago. But I think that the Mavericks still having pieces from last year's championship run, along with, having the best player on the floor in Anthony Davis. I can't overlook it. I'm taking the Mavs.
Kev?
Where is it that they say light the beam?
Oh man. Okay, you taking Sacktown?
I'm taking Sacktown. I think yes, AD is the best player in that series, in that game. But I just think behind AD, is Kyrie still out?
Yeah, he's
got
ACL. Yeah, he's done.
Out. He's done. So yeah, besides after AD, the drop off from star power is a big drop off in my honest opinion. And I think Sacramento just has overall much better depth. A lot because you named the big three with Sabonis, DeRozan, and Zach LaVine. What's wrong, D'Lo?
No, that comment. I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if I'm taking a
Where the hell
depth.
did you go?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's frozen.
you're frozen, by the way.
me?
I thought
Yeah.
you just got a tan or something.
Can you see me or no?
Yeah, I thought he was just pulling a freeze game. He tried to fool us.
You see me?
Okay.
Turn off the light.
Yeah.
Better now?
Oh yeah. Nah.
No.
I'm still frozen?
Yeah.
You got a black screen on mine.
I
But
probably got a notification that went off right now.
Should I edit this
uh,
out, or should I include this?
nah,
in the segment?
just roll it. Just roll it.
Yeah.
You know what I
All right,
mean?
well, you know.
You want me to like leave and join back?
It's live. I mean, not live, but live rolling.
Yeah,
Bro,
try and leave and join back.
He had
Try and
that
leave and join back.
background. It's because of the
It is.
background.
It is because the background. I'm glad you said that.
You want me to answer while
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah.
So
While Kev rewires his internet.
Yeah, I will say that I do agree with Kev before he shorted himself out of the connection. I do believe that like D-Lo said, is AD is the best player in the game, but
Am I good
the
now?
depth. Yeah, you back.
Yeah.
But I agree with what Kev said is the depth is going to change. I think the deciding factor throughout that game, like between the referees, and then you have to have more than one dependable player. And I like Spencer Dinwiddie. I just don't know if I can depend on him for buckets when there are going to be points in that game where you're going to need him. And then defensively, only having AD is tough for me, man. Only AD.
So you take a sack,
Yeah. I'm lighting the beam too.
Kev. You lighting the beam?
I'm gonna say yes. And also, did you guys bring up Malik Monk too or no?
I was about to.
Another walking bucket.
There you go, because you got the three names that have been listed: Sabonis, DeRozan, and Levine. Well, people forget about Malik Monk, and he can surprise some people too. He can get hot and he can go kind of crazy too.
Dallas has names. I just don't think they're as consistent as the names that you're naming.
No, but defensively, they do have Najee Marshall, who I feel like is another excellent option for both ends of the court. I just don't think he can match. He can match with the Sacramento Kings players.
Yeah, I tend to agree. First of all, excellent is a big word. I like Najee Marshall. He's a very good defender. He's been good offensively, but let's keep it at good. I don't know if I can go above good. No, but I'm. You know what? Give me the beam too. Give me light the beam.
That's crazy.
Light the beam.
Give him the beam is crazy.
Right.
That has to be a clip, bro.
How's that a clip? How's that a clip? Bro, I want to take the people who like the beam. Anyways. No, Sacramento's deeper, and I think the biggest thing about this game, and the most important, is they're home. That Sacramento playoff crowd is like intense. In my opinion, it's been the best crowd in the playoffs the last few years. I
don't think Klay Thompson's playing either.
Oh yeah, because first of all, Klay Thompson don't do nothing for nobody.
He didn't play the last game with the left.
You brought that up like Jamal's a Klay Thompson. Hey, come on,
Klay Thompson don't do nothing for nobody.
They sat people last game. Klay will play.
It says out. It says he's out. PJ Washington's out, and Anthony Davis is out.
No, that was for
that was the last game.
That was for the game today.
No, I'm on for Sacramento. It's an injury report.
No,
they
played today. No, they won't update it until like maybe
tomorrow.
Or Tuesday.
Yeah, it'd be tomorrow. I'm taking Sacramento. DeMar DeRozan, he always whether it's the plan, whether it's the playoffs, he takes his level. He takes the game to another level when there's something on the line.
The mid-range assassin.
He's going to be good. He's going to be good, and that team is too deep to. I think. You know what? I'm going to actually say. I think Dallas is not, because I don't think Sacramento's very deep, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is this depth that we're talking about?
But Dallas isn't deep enough.
They have more stars.
Yeah,
more stars, sure, but if
stars.
we're talking depth, it's Dallas.
Keegan Murray is also a good player too.
Keegan Murray, you have Keon Ellis. Like that team has some players.
Keon Ellis is an underrated defender. I just want to add on to that.
He's
too.
a very
Thank you for
good
bringing
defender.
him up.
Listen, that's fine, but we talking about PJ, Derek Lively, Marshall, Clay, Christie.
Is Derek Lively back?
None of those people that you named are gonna go get me a bucket when I need it. I could name you 4 people on Sacramento that are, watch out. I got it. Zach, Malik, DeRozan, and Sabonis. And that's the 4 stars or star-ish. And Malik Monk ain't no star, but you gonna clear it out. Watch out, especially Malik. That's the beauty of
especially
having
in their court too. Yeah,
at home. All right, let's move on to the next game. Let's see. Let's do Orlando and Atlanta. Tony, who you got?
I ain't a lot. This one's tough for me because I love the defense. I love that boy up front for Atlanta. It's gonna be tough, man. And to me, Orlando has not. They were my sleeper team last year, and I thought they were gonna play a lot better this year. I know they had health issues. I want to say Orlando, but if I'm being honest, I think Atlanta's gonna win.
D'Lo?
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta too.
Kev?
You know what? Give me the team from Georgia. You got Dyson Jones and Trae Young. Who is it? I feel like they both play off each other very well. I feel like that's a very good, fun duo in the backcourt. And Onyeka Okongwu too. No one really talks about him. He's been hooping this season too. And
I know we talk about the 2 guards, but Ricochet has been playing good over the past month.
Yep. He's starting to come along.
Ricochet has been coming along. Yeah.
And once they get Jalen Johnson back next year as well, that's another player that they would love to have back. But I just think they have guys that can, especially Trae Young, that can get a bucket. And with Jalen Suggs out for the Magic, I don't think anyone can really keep up with Trae Young defensively. And so, give me the Hawks.
Okay, I'm gonna be the outlier. Give me Orlando. I love that team. You have Paulo and Franz. First of all, I love Paulo Banchero. I think he is a bucket, and I think he does it on both sides of the floor. I think he's fantastic. You have Franz Wagner who can go get you a bucket. Then you have a bunch of guys who just do everything. You have KCP. You have Jonathan Isaac. You have Wendell Carter Jr. You have a bunch of guys who can do a little bit of everything, who can fit in around your 2 stars in Paulo and Franz. You have
what do you
Cole
think
Anthony
about the point guard position, though? Because I like Cole and I like Anthony Black. Do you just trust them to be composed enough in this playoff setting to get this W?
Cole Anthony, I do. Anthony Black. I can't say I trust him, but I believe in Cole Anthony.
Been starting over Cole Anthony. I think because they've been bringing that scoring power off the bench.
Yep, I'm a big fan of Cole Anthony. So Paulo is big time. Paulo is big time. He's meant for the big lights.
Of the league. He's one of those guys that can be the face of the league if he, steps it up.
He absolutely is. I'm taking Orlando at home. I'm taking Orlando. All right, finally, rapid fire. We'll go over this game and then we'll go over the main topic of this show today. Golden State and Memphis. Kev, who are you taking?
Give me the team with with the player with more experience and the best player in that game. Give me Stephen and Golden State out.
Tone?
Hopping on the coattail, pause. Yeah, I think Draymond Green has been playing amazing defense. I think the addition.
It's a big time layup today.
Yeah, I ain't worried about
Was it layup or free throws?
A layup.
To me, that comes like, I look at certain players they're so good at this. I don't mind if they lack off at this. Like he's not the star of the team, and so I kind of expect him to miss a big three, miss a layup. Like as long as he's not doing it every other game, it's cool with me. He brings so much to the table defensively, playmaking, helping other people get open. I appreciate what Draymond actually brings to the game. Um, but yeah, I'm going with those. We got Jimmy B, the great new addition. He's turned them up a little bit, and I feel like Steph just knows he's only got so many years left, and this is when he likes to perform. So.
Real quick before D'Lo, you go. Tony, you said you appreciate players that are so good at one thing that sometimes they like it at others.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, okay. D'Lo, go ahead.
Yeah, I like Luka. It's just I don't like when people say that he's better than other people who perform well at both. Understand me?
Yeah. I didn't name out it. I didn't say any names.
We had to bring that up.
That guy did.
We
That
had to
guy
bring
did.
it up.
That guy right there brought it up.
Let the record show he was pointing at the idiot with 3 calves in his background. So.
Oh, that's what that is. I thought he had spilled something on the wall.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead, D'Lo.
I think this game's a toss-up. I'm gonna lean Golden State, only because they're at home. Um, but I think this game comes down to what version of Jimmy are we gonna see? Are we gonna see regular season Jimmy, or are we going to see playoff Jimmy? Um, if we see playoff Jimmy, I don't think that this game is close. If we see regular season Jimmy, I think the Grizzlies make this a game. Jaw's been playing well. I like Triple J. Um, but I'm gonna lean the Warriors. I'm gonna lean the Warriors.
Man, Pod about to go for 40.
Man, stop.
Listen, I'm gonna take Golden State, and I don't think it's necessarily gonna be even close. I think Golden State is gonna come out of the game, and I think they're just going to absolutely. There's going to be a fire lit into them for actually having to play in this playing game and not having made it out of the tournament after the second half that they've had. I think there's going to be a fire lit under them. D'Lo mentioned at home. I think Steph is going to turn it on. I think not yet. Once Golden State hits the playoffs, there's that switch that Jimmy just has to go look for every April. Every April. He just goes and finds it. And once he finds it and he flips it on,
it's scary.
Different monster. And so when they do come out of the plant, nope, I don't even want to mention that because we'll talk about that on Wednesday. I don't want to spoil that for anybody. But yeah, I'm taking Golden State. All right. So we picked our plans. I'll just go over them one more time. So Orlando and Atlanta. I took Orlando. Kev, Tone, and D'Lo all took Atlanta. Chicago and Miami. Kevin and I took Chicago. Tone and D'Lo took Miami. Golden State and Memphis. We all took Golden State. And Sacramento and Dallas. Me, Tone, and Kev all took Sacramento. And D'Lo took Dallas. All right, let's get to the main event of the show. Boys, like I mentioned earlier, today was the last day of the 2024-2025 NBA regular season. And there's something that happens at the end of those regular seasons in every sport, and we're just going to pick them. Awards are given out. Now, rules have changed a little bit because now you have to play a certain amount of games to have achieved such awards. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to go rapid fire and give out said awards. So we're going to go over MVP, Sixth Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, and All NBA First Team.
Are you saving MVP for last?
MVP will be last.
Okay.
Right before All NBA.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with Rookie of the Year. Who wants to go first?
I feel like this should be unanimous, right?
I think all four of us already have our vote.
Yeah, I mean this should be Stephon Castle.
Let's go build a sandcastle.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to discuss this.
It's hard to argue. I mean, Alex R kind of started coming on late. Risa Shea started coming on late.
Jalen Wells didn't get hurt, I might have thrown him in the mix a little bit too.
Yeah, prayers up for Jalen Wells.
Yeah, man. Oh, you know what?
How about Carrington?
Bub Carrington, he was okay, but he's not competing with those guys. Before I even go on with the show, I'm glad you brought up prayers because there's some news that came out today that absolutely just hurt my soul. Wide receiver, potential first round pick wide receiver Kyron Lacy was found dead this morning. I do just want to acknowledge that because I mean I hate it like I saw that and it hurt my heart. It hurt my heart. Because I think some people I think there were some reports that it was a suicide.
Yeah.
That he took his own life. He had been going through a lot. He had, with the stuff in season and with the legal trouble he was dealing with after the season. Mental health is so important, boys, and y'all know that mental health is so important. So I do want to, before I even move on with the show, I do want to mention that that absolutely hurt my heart this morning. Again, potential first round draft pick, but more importantly than that, that was somebody's son, that was somebody's brother, that was somebody's friend. Please, just check on your peoples, man. Check on your people. Make sure they're doing good. So I do want to mention that before I meant to mention that at the beginning of the show, but completely skipped my mind. But with that, I'm glad that it was brought back up. So my prayers out to his family and friends and everybody that was related to him. So mental health is ridiculously important.
He's young too. He's our age.
25.
You know
25 years old.
We're right in there. So definitely check on your peoples. Yeah, definitely check on your peoples. Make sure they're good. Send them a text. Tell them you love them.
That hurt my soul this morning seeing that, man. But okay, let's get back to it. Definitely wanted to mention that. Okay, rookie of the year, Stephon Castle. Right? Not really much of an argument. I think I'd probably give the runner-up to Ricochet. There's a couple guys you could throw in there. I think Ricochet, the way that he came on later in the season, was good. But Stephon Castle ran away with that award. All right, next. This is interesting. Most improved.
Here we go.
Most improved player. Who wants to go first?
Are we able to list or name multiple players instead of just one?
So you can name them, but like I said, this is like a rapid fire segment. Rapid fire. So name them and why, and then tell us who you believe should win it.
I can go first.
All right, go ahead.
The guys that I think should win it or should be contention to even being brought up for this award. I could even say biased or unbiased. I could say Evan Mobley. He definitely improved from last season to this season, offensively and defensively. And then another player is Austin Reeves. I feel like he doesn't get talked about as much in most improved conversations. He's averaging 20 plus this season. Last season he was averaging about 15. So I mean, that's a big improvement, especially being now the third option of the team. He wasn't third option the whole season, but now he's third option. But I think the guy who might win it though is Dyson Daniels.
Okay, D'Lo.
Yeah, I've really only got 3 guys in contention for me personally. The one that everyone is talking about is Cade Cunningham. Obviously, from the jump that he took, not only personally, but his team as well, going from a bottom team in the East to now in the playoffs in a remarkable turnaround. But I think the 2 guys that I think deserve it more, Kevin mentioned Dyson Daniels. I think that he should win the award. But the other guy that I wanted to shout out was Christian Braun in Denver.
Yeah.
He went from being on the bench to now averaging 15 starting for the Nuggets. So I wanted to throw his name in there. I think that he's been phenomenal. I think he's taken a great jump. But I think that Dyson should win it.
Tone?
Yeah, I don't even have a third. Just Dyson and Cade for me personally. I would want to see Cade win it. I love what Dyson is bringing to the table, but I think there was more ownership on Cade because he's really running the team. He's the leader of that pack, and that with them being in the offs, I just think that he's more valuable. And I appreciate what Dyson brought to the table. It's just Cade brought more.
Yeah, I had a few guys. I was thinking about who could win this. I had said at the midpoint way at the All-Star break, we did an episode. Jalen Williams was my pick. The thing with, and I'll be quick. The thing about this award is I'm tired of it being a high overall pick who finally took a jump. Like that is what you are expected to do. That's not that. Like if you're number 1, number 2, number 3 overall pick, you are expected to become great. That's just the evolution that you're supposed to be taking. So again, Jalen Williams was my pick from the jump he made from last year. Now he was good last year, but he got even better this year. Like he became an all-star in a star-studded Western Conference, and played well. Obviously, he's on the team with the number 1 seed, and the number 1 team record in the league. I don't know if any of you guys thought of it. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavalier, whose not name is Evan Mobley. I'm going to go with Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome is my most improved player of the year. I mean, what he did for that Cavaliers team coming off the bench and the impact he had for that team was ridiculous. Coming off, he was able to score. He would play defense. He facilitated the basketball. He was fantastic for them. And for him to, after so many years, just move from team to team and then finally find his spot in the Cleveland Cavaliers organization and thrive in that role. Again, he was fantastic. I loved watching him at Virginia. He was fantastic. And then to come to the Cleveland Cavaliers and have the impact he's had this year, that's my most improved. I'm going Ty Jerome. Next award. Let's go with 6th man of the year. I think this will also kind of be unanimous, but D-Lo, we'll start with you.
I don't think so. I see Kev over there scheming in the corner. I think this is Peyton Pritchard, and I don't think it's close.
Kev,
I know Tone agree.
No, who I think will actually win it, I'm going to say Peyton Pritchard as well. I would like to make an argument for not only Ty Jerome, who Jamal did bring up. Off the bench, he hasn't even exceeded the amount of minutes that Malik Beasley and Peyton Pritchard has reached. And he's averaging about the same number, putting up around the same numbers too as them, playing a lot less minutes. And you can also say DeAndre Hunter as well. His stats kind of came down when he joined the Cavs. But I do think Peyton Pritchard's going to run away with that award, though.
Yeah, it's one answer. It's Peyton Pritchard. He's been fantastic this year. He's only stepped his game up, and he's made what 300 plus threes this. Is it 300 plus threes this year? And he's come off the bench.
I thought, right?
Was it 250?
Yeah, there's only 3 players that hit 300.
Yeah, and so he's one of those 3. And to do that coming off the bench. To do that coming off the bench is ridiculous. Tone, I'm thinking you have the same answer.
Yeah, I would add that I do think some of the other guys that Kev named have played very well this season, but I think that Peyton also has the moments part of it. Like he's hitting those end of the quarter shots type of thing, and he does it quite often. Like if you watch any Celtic games and you listen to Scout, like it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Him hitting those quarter-ending shots. So it leads to having his name being talked about, and that helps when the media is making the votes.
I do want to bring up Malik Beasley as well. Should be in conversations for that award too.
Malik Beasley, and I do also want to bring up Russell Westbrook because I think his name absolutely should be thrown in that conversation for what he's been able to do for Denver this year.
Shout out to Russ.
Yeah, big shout out to Russ. Brody. Let's go with Coach of the year, 2025 Coach of the Year. Thomas, who are you thinking for Coach of the Year?
I just want to, just quickly add that you have had many times to hit this smack on the head with the nail. How you gonna ask me first for this one when you should ask me first on the last one, and you should ask that guy first on this one. But you know what I'm saying? You do a great job pretty much all of the time, so I'm just gonna give you shit. Sorry, give you hell today.
No, okay. I'll tell you because I think everybody, of course, us four and everybody who watches the show knows who you were gonna say, and so I also wanted you to give the opportunity to shine some light on your guy, on your boy PP. So, I wanted you to give some credit to PP. So
no. I will say that I do have like an interesting take on this because the last time we had this conversation, I brought up a gentleman that just recently got fired. So that I feel like that's crazy. Like the fact that I mean, of course, there had to be some type of turmoil within the locker room, but I thought that it was such a great turnaround because they would look like they were destined for the play-in. And then they made it to the third. I think they were actually in second at one point for a week or so. Then they got dropped back down to fourth or fifth because they lost some games. But again, I thought Mike Malone had to be doing something right in the locker room for a moment. But Kenny's the guy. He's first year, 60 wins. He's got them playing great team basketball. I didn't even honestly know that he was this type of leader. He's gotten Donovan to buy in. I feel like the sacrifices that Donovan is making is enabling other people to succeed, and it's a dope thing to see, honestly. And I hated to say that.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. You sounded great saying it, right? You gave a great explanation, and it sounded like you really had some passion into it. D'Lo, who's your Coach of the Year?
I wrote down 5 names because I could see any of the 5 winning it.
Wow.
Obviously, we mentioned Kenny Atkinson. Good for the Cavs. I want to mention JB Bickerstaff for the turnaround in Detroit, which is
shout out
incredible.
JB, man. That was dope.
I have Ime Udoka in here for what he's done in Houston, second seed.
Another good one.
Who thought that they were going to be there, right? Same thing with the Lakers. I have JJ Redick on here. If you told me the Lakers would be a 50-win team coming into this year, I would have called you crazy, right? And then obviously out in OKC, I have Mark. I mean, they're the best team in the league record-wise. You have to throw his name in the conversation. Who do I think wins? I think they give it to Kenny. But I wanted to shout out the other guys that I think are in the running.
Kev?
D'Lo actually beat me to it because my pick is Kenny, but I was also going to bring up JB as well, the former Cavs coach from last season, previous seasons. He turned that 14-win team, and I'll say it again, 14-win Detroit Pistons team last year. Yes, I know they added Tobias Harris and they add more pieces like Malik Beasley and all those guys, but from a 14-win team to a playoff team, that's impressive. So I gotta give it props to JB because he did the same with the Cavs too. So I mean, everywhere JB goes, he can go from rebuilding team to a playoff team. And props to JB, but I got Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah. Who's gonna win? Yes, it's Kenny Atkinson. My Coach of the Year, Ime Udoka. That's who my Coach of the Year is. I mean, and number 2 is JB Bickerstaff. Because like y'all said, 14 wins to then being not only in the play-in tournament, but you solidify a spot in the playoffs. JB Bickerstaff that's my number 2 guy, and number 1 is I think who should win it. Ime Udoka is the turnaround that team also was not even in the play-in last year. Didn't even make the play-in.
No, they didn't make the play-in last year.
And they are the number 2 seed. The number 2 seed in the Western Conference. A team with the Lakers and the Clippers and the Warriors and the Thunder. The number 2 seed. That is and what Ime Udoka has been able to do with that basketball team is absolutely fantastic. It's fascinating because you got a bunch of different pieces on that team that shouldn't fit together, but he has been the glue that has put them together, and it's been fantastic for the most part. They've gone through some stretches, but
is Joe Mazzulla doomed? Like he just will never get it.
But I mean, when you look at teams, because first of all, he was the number 2 seed and he was the number 1 seed last year. Okay, that's number 1. But then when you also look at teams who have made that jump, like the Cavs, like the Pistons, like the Rockets, like the Lakers.
But there's nothing to be said about consistency, because like when you think about it, right? Who before this season was right? Who circled the Cavs? You know what I'm saying? Everyone in the league circled the Celtics. Everyone.
True, but
and so I'm not trying
the same thing with Pop too, like Greg Popovich.
Yeah,
he should have gotten, but it's
the LeBron James and Michael Jordan, the same.
It's
situation.
like the improvement.
I
think it's the improvement from team after the last season to the next season. I think that's why it's Coach of the Year, because they improved the team from last season.
I was going to say,
I only asked is what is to be said about consistency, because you have a target on your back, and now people you're now getting everyone's best, and so if you can out coach still knowing that everyone is there. There are players that are sitting out the Wednesday before that Friday game because they want to play the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reality of the situation. And coaches are like, "Oh yeah, we got the Celtics on Friday. You sitting out on Wednesday." And I just want to know, like, to me, it's the same situation we do with Jordan and LeBron. Of they got enough. They winning enough.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting conversation because
controversial.
Like, I wouldn't say controversial because these guys. The people whoever wins it deserves to win it. But again, like you have teams like Boston, who are consistently good every year. And so at some point in time, like it's voter fatigue isn't just for MVP. It goes for every award. And so if you give it to Joe Mazzulla every year, like, okay, well that doesn't really give anybody else the opportunity to go win it. But sometimes he also may deserve it to win it. So that's where the question lies. All right, let's move on to Defensive Player of the Year. Now, obviously, at the All-Star break when we did this, all of us picked Victor Wembanyama. Obviously, we're praying for him. He's out. He's out for the rest of the season. After the All-Star game with blood clots, he is not eligible to win this award. So, for your 2024-2025 Defensive Player of the Year is Tony
Dyson Daniels,
who I did say at the All-Star break. Do want to mention that. David Largo, who's your Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, I've also got Dyson Daniels.
Kev?
I want to say Mobley. I think he should win it for the consistency he's been playing on defense. And I feel like they might give it to Draymond only because of the surge he's had these last couple of weeks. But if you look at the whole season, I gotta say Mobley has been more consistent defensively than Draymond the whole season.
Real quick before you go more, because I want to hear what you got to say. The only reason why I prefer Dyson, because I really do think that Draymond deserves it, is when you look at, especially with the Jimmy addition, they now have more defenders. You look at Atlanta, they don't have a lot of premier defenders. Dyson Daniels is holding it down.
Yeah.
And so, like, even your team, Kevin, y'all got numerous defenders. Expect two bigs. Y'all got the Twin Towers. And so that's the only reason why I personally, I don't know what.
I don't. Uh-huh.
I just want to say that Dyson Daniels is also not only just leading the league in steals. He has the most steals in a single season this century. So over the past 25 years, he is the steals leader.
He's smacking the record.
And he cracked the top 20 for steals in a single season.
What he's doing is really alien-like, honestly.
It's incredible. He passed AI, not last game, but the game before. Because AI had it for this century, and now it's Dyson. So I also wanted to point out.
Hold on, man. Round of applause, man, for Bubba Chuck, dog. 6 foot, no type of wingspan like people like Dyson Daniels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was For Bubba Chuck.
I also want to say if we're coming to like consistency, Victor Wembanyama still leads the league in blocks, and he hasn't played in over 40 games, 30 games, and it's still not even close. I just wanted to put that out there.
He's almost averaging 4, right? It's like 3.8 or something like that.
Yeah, and nobody still has come close to his number.
Yeah.
So I just also wanted to point that out. Go ahead, Maul.
I think it's between 3 guys. I think it's between Dyson, Evan Mobley, and Draymond Green. I think there's a few guys you could throw in there. I think Amen Thompson is a sneaky defensive player of the year candidate for what he's been able to do defensively. You have obviously Jared Allen and Giannis, who was really good defensively this year. Lou Dort, I love him defensively.
Triple J.
Triple J, I don't think he played. Did he play enough games this year? He might have. But I think Evan Mobley is going to win it. I think Evan Mobley is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I think he deserves to win it, and I think that's who I would pick. He's been very good for them defensively. He can guard 1 through 5. He's been very good, and so that's my pick.
You must not have seen my boy barbecue chicken in that boy.
There you go.
Big ZD frying. He just can't. He's not as good as he's no way near as a perimeter defender as he is in the paint, and that's the like I love Evan Mobley game though.
All right. Lastly, of the awards, MVP. Kevin, who's the MVP of the league?
My pick is Joker, but SGA is probably gonna go get that award, and I'm actually gonna give. I might disagree with that pick if he does win that award.
D'Lo?
I'm with Kev. I think Joker is the MVP, but I think they're gonna give it to Shea.
Voter fatigue.
Tom, before you go, I'm gonna go real quick because I agree with these guys. Nikola Jokic is having one of the best single seasons of any NBA player in the history of basketball. He has been fantastic this year. He has put
He's
his
playing
team
better
on
than his
back.
MVP seasons too.
And there's no reason he shouldn't win MVP because he's the best player in the league. He may not be on the best team in the league, but he is the best player in the league. He has the best stats in the league. Now, I know you are going to have a different answer. That's why I wanted to save it for last. But, Tone, who's the MVP of the league?
Yeah, I'm going to go with SGA. I agree with y'all that Jokic is having a phenomenal year. I'll go with SGA because, and right or wrong or indifferent, I do feel like he deserved it last year. And honestly, he's having a better year than he did last year. Statistically, he has the best plus minus, and he's like 300 above the person who's second behind him. And he's had like more 30-point games through 3 quarters than anybody else in the league. Again, it's hard. I feel like it's just personal preference between the two. I won't be mad if Jokic wins it. I was kind of upset that SGA didn't get it last year, being that he was so young, was able to take his team in the West Coast to first place. I think having that little bit of experience, he had a little more freedom. That team was more comfortable this year. They won 60 plus games without Chet, without their 2B, whatever you want to call them. But it's hard for me to disagree with y'all.
All right, so let's go over the awards one more time. 6th man of the year, I have Ty Jerome. Kev has I have Peyton Pritchard. Tony has Peyton Pritchard. D'Lo has Peyton Pritchard. Kev, you have
Pritchard.
Did you say Pritchard? Most approved, I have Ty Jerome. D'Lo had
Dyson.
Tone had
Cade.
Kev had
Mr. Dyson.
For Rookie of the Year, we all had Stephon Castle. For Defensive Player of the Year, I had Evan Mobley. Kev has
I want Mobley, but I think Draymond might get it.
Tone has
Dyson.
D'Lo has
Dyson.
For coach of the year, I have Ime Udoka. Tone has
Kenny.
D'Lo.
Kenny.
Kev.
The one guy from South Park.
And for MVP, I have Jokic. Kev has
SGA is probably gonna win it.
D'Lo.
I have Jokic.
And Tone.
SGA.
All right, those are our award winners for the 2024-2025 NBA season. Now let's move on to this is going to get interesting. All NBA first team for the 2024-2025 NBA season. Let's start with point guard. I think this is going to be quick and unanimous.
Actually, can we just name the 4 that is unanimous and then we could just debate the 5th spot?
Oh, are there 4 that are unanimous?
SGA,
I know 2 are
Tatum,
unanimous.
Joker, and Giannis.
Let's go one by one.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting that you say that, but we'll continue. Okay.
Point guard. We all have SGA.
SGA.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Okay, and then
Center.
Do I want to
It
center?
may as
Yeah,
well.
Jokic.
Jokic.
Might as well Jokic. Okay,
Power forward.
Giannis.
Small forward, since you're gonna disagree, is Tatum.
How the hell do you disagree?
It is Tatum.
Is Tatum.
Who's the other option?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's no other option.
I said there.
I wanted to be messy. I really wanted to be messy, but I just can't.
Who are you going to say?
It's really messy with the 2. The 2 guard is the messy.
No, okay, but I just want to know, like, who in the world?
I was gonna try and find somebody.
I
don't know.
Were you
I was gonna try and
find
somebody.
That's the only person I'm thinking of. Like, is Kevin Durant. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, that's not even like you're doing yourself a disservice.
If he was,
man up right now,
he didn't hit the game threshold.
Yeah, if he was eligible.
He's not eligible. He didn't hit the threshold.
LeBron, like who else? LeBron? Who are you going to say?
Not Bron.
Yeah, and I'm like, so who? He's the only person leading in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, there's nobody.
Here we go. It's the 2 guard. I think this was always the debate spot for first team.
Okay.
I do want to add on
though. Who's the debate about?
Huh?
Who's the debate about?
There's a few different spots. There's
a multitude of guards that could get on.
I do want to bring up though isn't the All NBA first team just like 2 guards and 3 forwards?
Yeah, pretty much.
2 guards, 3 forwards. I don't think position matters.
Out of the 4 that we just named, is there anybody that's not going to make that list?
No, I think those 4 are solidified.
Yeah. So it's that 5th spot. Who is getting that second guard spot?
You want me to go?
Go ahead,
Kev. Yeah. You know, I'm really interested to see who you're gonna say. I think I know who you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Anthony Edwards.
That is not where I thought he was gonna go.
Who do you think I was gonna say?
Who you think? Who you think I thought you was gonna say?
The man sitting on your shoulder.
You thought I was gonna go with Spider?
Yeah.
I've been saying this since last year that Anthony Edwards is the best shooting guard in the league. And he improved this season as well from every aspect of the game, including the 3-ball. And he's putting up his best career numbers this season. And it's probably going to be the start. He might go for 30 points per game next season. Who knows? But he's putting up amazing numbers this season. And I think he should be in the NBA first team along with the 4 other guys in that conversation.
D'Lo?
I have 4 guys here, okay, that I think could get this spot.
Damn.
The guy that I think is gonna get it is Anthony Edwards. Career points per game, career high in threes per game, career high in 3-point percentage. He took a jump. The other 3 that I have written down is Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, and Jalen Brunson. I have those three guys that I think could compete for that spot.
Okay. Tone, who you got?
There's no question that it goes to Anthony Edwards. I would say the only other person that I think even has is Steph Curry, but I don't think that he should get it. I think it goes to Anthony Edwards. He deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do I think it's gonna go to?
You gonna be different, Jamal?
I think it's gonna go to JB. Stop playing. Hey, Jalen Brunson.
He hit the threshold. He did. He hit the 65.
I'm
talking about Brown, Jalen Brown.
Isn't his numbers actually worse than last season? Or am I tripping?
Hey, he's finals MVP. We don't care about none of that.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, we're not worried about those.
Jalen, 26, 7 and 3 on 48% shooting from the field, 38% from 3, 82 from the line, and his team is third in his conference. Third in his conference. The other one, his team is fighting for the play-in, or isn't the play-in.
No, they're actually the 6th.
Who's the 6th?
The Timberwolves.
You lying?
We didn't talk about.
Oh, they did. They did. You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I hate the Timberwolves. Anyways, Jalen Brunson. I think he is more impactful to his team. I mean, when he went out, you saw how bad the Knicks were. They were awful.
They were terrible.
They were no good when he was out. And I mean, the game he went out, he had like 45 against the Lakers. And Jalen Brunson, I think, honestly, I think Anthony Edwards is going to get it. Who do I think should get it? Jalen Brunson. He is fantastic. He is, he is the cornerstone of the New York Knicks franchise. That's another thing. Playing for the New York Knicks, playing at MSG 41 times a year. That's a big stage to be playing on. And he lives up to it. So who do I think should get that second guard spot? Jalen Brunson. The real JB.
Damn, the real JB with nothing? No type of accolades or achievements? Like none? Nothing. Man got the same amount of accolades as me. It's crazy.
I will say, since we didn't get to talk about it, he's in contention for clutch player of the year, by the way. Brunson. I just wanted to point that out. He's actually the favorite to win the award.
Clutch?
As he should be.
Over damn, what the hell?
JB has the most clutch points in the NBA.
Who are the other 4 people?
In terms of the odds?
Yeah.
Trae Young, Jokic, DeMar, Edwards, and Steph.
Wow.
Curry. I was waiting for him.
Wow, DeMar DeRozan.
So, I just wanted to point that out.
JB, man, that's a great guy.
He wasn't even up in that conversation, was he?
As if they don't win in the playoffs, I'm interested to see what happens to that team, because you don't beat one team who's first or second in either conference. You don't beat one of them.
First of all, they're gonna run through Detroit.
We will talk about that on Wednesday.
Yeah,
we will talk about that on Wednesday.
Yeah, Brunson got to guard Cade.
Yeah, we need to chill on that.
Brunson got to guard Cade.
We talking all defensive real quick before we get out of here.
That's right, real quick.
Are we gonna go with guards and then forwards, or are we just gonna go all 5 at once?
We'll go one by one, real rapid fire. So, Kev, give me one guard.
Dyson Daniels.
D'Lo.
Dyson Daniels.
Tone.
I picked him for Defensive Player of the Year. Why would I not pick him for first team defense?
I'm also taking Dyson Daniels. Second guard, D'Lo.
Amen Thompson.
I like it. I like it a lot. Tone.
I'm gonna shake it up. I'm going Derek White.
That's not necessarily shaking it up means that you go somebody different.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Yeah. So, anyways, Kev.
Amen Thompson.
I'm also going Amen. Yeah, I'll go Amen. Okay, need a forward. Tone.
Evan Mobley.
Kev.
Lou Dort.
D'Lo.
Yeah, Lou Dort.
I'm going the other person on that team. I'm going J-Dub.
J-Dub.
Going
I like
J-Dub.
it. I was contemplating. I really was.
Going J-Dub. All right, need another forward. Kev.
Mobley.
Yeah, now we can put Mobley.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. Tone, you already named Mobley, so I need another forward.
Damn. I guess I'm gonna go. I guess I have to go J-Dub.
When they said J, I thought he was about to say
J-Dub.
JT. I thought he was gonna say JT. I was like,
No,
He's taking the torture chamber.
Tone's biased, but he's not that biased.
I'm definitely not that biased.
He's taking the torture chamber.
No. I said J-Dub.
J-Dub.
He's not taking the torture chamber. It's crazy.
All right, so far, I have Dyson, I have Amen, I have J-Dub, and I have Evan Mobley. Kev, you have
Dyson, Lou Dort, Amen, and Mobley.
D'Lo.
Dyson, Amen, Lou Dort, and Evan Mobley.
Oh, hold on though. Can I pick Giannis?
You absolutely can pick Giannis.
Hey, I got Giannis. I'm tripping.
Okay, so Tone, you have
Giannis and Mobley. At my forward.
And then Dyson.
Dyson and Derek White.
Yeah,
Derek White. Okay. Now for the last member of our all NBA defensive first team.
Damn, this is tough.
This is tough.
I think we got to put the only other guy that's in deport conversations. Give me Draymond.
That's what I was gonna pick too.
Tone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do. I feel I might have to agree with the fellas after I look at honestly who's available. I don't.
Could say Triple J.
I say Triple J.
Yeah, but Triple J doesn't have to do as much as Draymond has to do on the defensive end. Like they try to mask Triple J to not switch out onto the guards. Draymond, like if you watch how most teams switch, some teams will switch on the side so that the big stays in the paint and the the guard stays up.
Some teams actually avoid try switch onto Draymond.
Yeah. Some teams, if they have a player that will attack Draymond, it's just that Draymond's not afraid of that. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying like some teams are backing off from Draymond, like they don't want to attack him at times on the switch.
And that's that's why I feel like Draymond. To me, he does more than Triple J. I like what Triple J does, but to me, it's different when you got to guard guards. When you guard 1 through 4, 1 through 5, to me, it's different than somebody who guards 3 through 5 or 4 and 5. It's different.
Bam Adebayo.
I'm gonna take Draymond, but I'm also gonna make another change. I'm gonna take Amen out, and I'm gonna put Giannis in.
Wow!
Look at him riding the bandwagon.
Leaders of the
Hey, Jesse gonna love this.
I told his ass to come on here, but
hey yo,
you gonna have to bleep that. Come on.
Hey. PG-13.
Jamal said a lot of hey yo.
Yeah, you gonna have to censor that out.
Hey, listen, if the shoe fits, sometimes you gotta put it on.
No.
Just saying.
I've walked by Payless many times, and I'm sure they have size 10, 10 and a half. I ain't never put it on.
Sometimes you look at it and said, "Oh, that fits pretty good." You know what I mean?
All right,
That and on that
NBA
note,
awards.
that's gonna close out the show. Everybody, that we will be back on Wednesday. It'll be us four. I'm hoping.
And we'll talk about how victorious I am. All of my picks were picture perfect, and Moles were wrong.
And we are going to have something special for
we'll
y'all.
also talk about how Jason Tatum sprained ankle.
Damn, I thought you were a Celtics fan. How the hell does Tatum?
No, we not.
You were just talking about
He's a Knicks fan. He's a Knicks fan.
You bring out the worst in me, bro. I'm supposed to be with your team, and you bring out the worst.
Tones, he is a Knicks fan.
We don't
You
wish
didn't see
that
this?
on anybody.
This was Jamal right here.
That. We don't wish that on nobody. Come
He's
on.
a Knicks fan.
Hey,
that
speak for yourself.
Might not last too long, brother. And they
we
have
don't
limited
wish that on
success
anybody.
against.
You know what? Yeah,
It's kind of crazy though, because Tone is the only one with a Suns flag up, and you disrespecting him.
Hold on.
I try to show love.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? I try to show love when I can.
Like he's trying to show love.
This. Hold on.
Is he about to pop his jersey?
This is the team I support. I don't support any other team than this. This is the only team I support.
Take off that hoodie then.
This is the only team. I'm only wearing this.
One day we're gonna have like some real Arizona superstar player from a team on here, and they're gonna bring up these clips of Moore always disrespecting his teams after they lose or after some type of situation happens. His fandom open up the window, gone.
Throw my TV right out the window. You know,
Damn,
hit some
TV.
Oh yeah.
Have you punched any walls?
Have I punched any walls? Of course, I've punched a whole lot of walls.
Yeah, you don't know about that story after the 2021 finals. He must not have heard that story.
I know that story.
Oh, I told you that story. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it was at your old apartment.
So it's almost better what happened to the Phoenix Suns this year, so that you can just have a good summer.
I've been saying that. I promise I've been saying that. Listen, there's no stress.
His good summer is not off to a good start because Beal said that he's happy in Phoenix.
He wants to stay.
I don't give a damn where Bradley Beal is happy. I don't care where he's happy. You take his contract and you rip it up and you throw it down the toilet.
Yeah, and then he says no.
That's what I told him. I said I think it's over. I think about 4 years before it's
I'm not talking about trading. I'm not talking about trading.
You talking about cutting him?
Cut him.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that.
Matt Ishbia, you came in and you said, "Oh, you got all this money, right? You got all this bread." He said, "Oh, I want Bradley Beal, guy that averaged 30 points a game, all NBA type of guy. I want Bradley Beal on my team. I got the money for it. I'm gonna bring him over. Now, you got the money for it. Cut him." I also do want to mention my boy Gambo. He said there is a 0% chance Bradley Beal is a part of this roster in the 2025 and 2026 season.
Well, tell him we'll be calling him when Bradley Beal's wearing his jersey next year.
Oh yeah,
so he can share on the show. But I want to drop a bomb, a freaking intergalactic bomb, before we end the show. I heard that there is some controversy between the owners of the Dallas Mavericks and the state of Texas, that they wanted to do some stuff with that organization that then they were denied by the mayor, and that was why they made that controversial trade.
I have not heard that.
And I just want to point out the bomb that John Morant's next celebration will be a bomb. Hey yo,
what a way to close out the show. What a way to close out. David Largo, Adam boy.
He gonna load it up into the.
On that fantastic note, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Gumball Sports Machine, this last day of the NBA regular season episode.
Playoffs are here.
Wednesday, we'll be back live and in the flesh. It'll be us four. My dog Kyson will all be in. Well, oh, yeah.
Yeah, gonna have to cut that part out. That's a surprise.
And my dog will be it. Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's okay. We'll bring you back in. Okay. Well, sometimes you don't give people second chances. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Today. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Before we do, on a serious note, before we do end this show, do want to again send my prayers to the Lacey family. That is, I can't even imagine what they're going through. So again, preach mental health. Check on your loved ones. Make sure that they're all right. Again, I'm praying for him.
Yeah, at the same time, hey, same thing. Prayers to Jalen Wells. Scary fall out there.
Yeah, Jalen Wells, same thing. Wells, same thing.
I'm glad that he's okay.
Yeah. I do also want to point out, I can't stand any three of you. So all right. Just want to point that out there. Put that out there in the flesh.
Cool.
He said that like we
let that linger.
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, now I'm really gonna go cry. No, okay, no. Of course, I love these three idiots. This podcast wouldn't be what it is and what it's going to be without them. I love them.
Look at Money fixing his hair. Y'all see what I'm saying? Money is just over there like he in the mirror the whole time. Like the past, yeah, Money.
So I'm just
Money's what I call him.
Hey, hold on. Hey, you see the chain? I ain't gonna put his business out there, but you see the chain?
I mean, look at the background. I can only imagine what he paid for that.
What? Hey.
I
hope you all enjoyed.
And Darius Garland stand so still.
I hope you all enjoyed. As always, don't you forget. And you know what? Tell this somebody else too. It'll make their day. Don't forget, you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you matter. I love you for everything that you stand for, and especially for watching this video. Appreciate it. Think I can speak for all four of us when we say that. I love you. I'm proud of you. And always remember, it's nice to be important, but it's much, much more important to be nice. We'll be back Wednesday night, live and in the flesh, looking ahead to the NBA playoffs. We're out. Peace.